So I've been thinking about Christianity in regard to what it offers the world, and for many people, that's a they have a very negative appraisal of that, and I don't blame them considering what the representatives of Christianity are doing in the world today. Um, but I just got done watching the movie Gandhi, and it is clear to me just how much Gandhi was influenced by the Sermon on the Mount, and he openly credited Jesus for having inspired him this this idea of turn the other cheek. Yeah, blessed are the peacemakers, things like that. And I realized that I like to talk a lot about metaphysics and trying to work out the details of how our universe works. But when you realize when you read the Gospels, Jesus did not seem to be all that concerned about it. Uh, what he was talking about mostly was, uh, how to how we need to get along with each other. It was about loving your neighbor as yourself. Uh, it's I see, I guess, all the Abrahamic traditions in general, but in large part Christianity, um, as being more about the intersubjective sphere, the Ken Wilber's lower left quadrant, as opposed to the sort of mystical philosophies of the East, which tend to be more focused on the upper left quadrant, the individual interior, through meditation and such. Um, when Jesus tells us the two greatest commandments, they're to love the Lord God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. And the second is like the first: love your neighbor as yourself. And so I think that um, there can be a big hang up on who has the right narrative, who has the most accurate description of reality. Um, and people fancy themselves to be spiritual by way of having some sort of non-physical account of the world, of or believing in God or spirit or what have you. But I tell you this: an atheist who lives by the golden rule is far more spiritual than a theist who does not. There's spirit is nothing if it is not spirit in action, and we all fall short. There's always uh, there's always some point at which ego gets in the way, but you have to keep on trying and trying to uh, love love your neighbor as yourself, um, and um, and realize that the only demons in the world are in your own heart, and that's where you need to slay them. There's so much emphasis on having the right account of reality that we forget how to be decent human beings to each other. So I guess I want to say that the any sort of metaphysical account, any sort of epistemological account of reality, takes a second step to ethics. The first and primary commandment is to be a good person. And if you claim that you love God, but you treat your brother like dirt, then you are a liar. Because you can't. Because to love God is to love your neighbor. Because we are one with God. Jesus says that uh, the final commandment, at the final judgment, he will divide the people on his left hand and on his right, and he will say to those on his right, "Blessed are you, for I was hungry, and you fed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was thirsty and you gave me water. Um, I was lonely and you comforted me." And the people on the right, people on the right said, "Shall say, Lord, Lord, when did we do this to you?" And he said, "What as you've done to the least of my brethren, you've done it to me." The people on his left will say, and he will say to the people on the left, um, "Depart from me, you cursed, for I was hungry and you did not feed me. I was thirsty and you did not give me water. I, um, I was in pain and you did not comfort me." They said, "Lord, Lord, when did we not do this to you?" And he said, "Whatever you did not do to the least of my brethren, you did not do unto me." Now, of course, that verse, um, sometimes I'm not sure how to feel about that verse because it in a sense conveys certain vindictiveness, which I think is contradictory with other aspects of Jesus' message. But at the same time, I think it conveys the the urgency of treating each other right, and the sense of oneness that all people share. And the point of loving God is that through God's love, that love should spill over into your other relationships, and help you be loving towards others. So uh, I'll leave you with that message. Peace.